many of you have ever seen a map that looked like this before? How many of you have ever seen this map?
Seen that map.
Yeah. Isn't this the map that you use K through 16 in the United States of America? Now, folks, look at this map. According to your social studies teacher, what is the equator?
Right,
an imaginary line where?
Yeah.
Around the center of the Earth. Then if this map is correct, then the equator must be here, and Chicago has a tropical climate. Now, folks, this is the map that we use in the schools. Look where the United States is, in the middle of the world, right? Now, here's the USSR, which is no more, of course, Mongolia, China, Africa, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Now, look over here. USSR, Mongolia, China, India, Pakistan, Afghanistan. Two Indias here. We have two Indias. Did you know that? Now, people, this is a flat-out lie. Look at the size of Greenland and the size of South America. According to your social studies teachers, what were continents? Largest land masses on the face of the Earth, right? Now, do you know the continents? Africa, Asia, Australia, Antarctica, Europe, North America, and South America. Did I say Greenland? Well, Greenland isn't a continent, but it's a huge landmass according to this map, right? The map is a flat-out lie, people. If you read the legend on the map, here it says, in fact, South America is actually 9 times larger than Greenland. Now, look at this map. The equator on this map is down here. All the white countries are larger than they should be, and all the countries of people of color are smaller than they should be. This is a visual image that teaches children a lie. In order to make this map anywhere near accurate, you have to take this over here and put it here like this. Now, well, can somebody hold that? Can you hold that down there, somebody? Are you a somebody?
Sally is a somebody.
Okay,
yeah.
Sally's a somebody. There. Now, take a look at the difference. Does that give you a different visual image of the importance of the United States? People, the way you use things like this, teaching aids like this, are what make you and I racist. We were taught that this is the way the world looks. It's a flat-out lie. How could a parent not be a racist? How could a white parent not be a racist in a situation?
So I started thinking about this idea of the South and the North, and why do we always make the North the dominant thing? And then I saw a map that Idrisi, the first map maker of the world, was Idrisi, was a Moroccan who did a world map, and he put the South on the top and he put the North on the bottom. The European map makers actually took from his book, but they realized the significance of putting the South on the top. It put Africa over Europe. And so they actually flipped it over and made their maps with the North on the top. And interestingly enough, if you read in the book called The Venture of Islam, Hodgson points this out, how he said it's so unfortunate that the Muslims don't recognize that they made the first maps and they put the South on the bottom, and they should go back to putting the South on the bottom, because it's a completely Eurocentric worldview that actually does not have historical foundation. And so we should make maps that have Africa, right, on the top, and then Europe on the bottom, and we say, I'm going down to Europe and up to Africa, right? So we have to say, I'm going up to Los Angeles and down to San Francisco, because in Arabic you actually do say the South is up. In fact, they call southern Egypt Sa'id, which is upper Egypt. And northern Egypt is lower Egypt. Ihbitu Misra, go down to Egypt, right? And also in Libya they say it as well. They say Nas'ad al-Qibla, we're going up south, Wanzil al-Bahr, we're going down to the ocean, which is in the north. So this is traditional cosmology, and don't think this is insignificant, the impact that seeing maps all your life with Africa on the bottom. Yeah. And then the other thing about a southern map, nothing's over Arabia. That's another thing about it. Look at a southern map, because I have one that was printed in Australia, because the Australians caught on to this. And they said, why should we be down under? And so they just turned it right side up, right? And they made their maps. I have a map from New Zealand, and it's really interesting to look at it. It actually puts things in a very interesting perspective. You start seeing things like how close Ireland is to Morocco, for instance, and how close Germany is to England. You realize how strong the Germanic ties, because you don't get that sense when you see a northernly dominant map. So it's very interesting.
Well, another map that questions our assumptions about north was actually a map that I enjoy telling school teachers about especially. This was a map that was first drawn by a 12-year-old boy from Australia. His name was Stuart MacArthur. Stuart drew an early version of this map when he was in 6th grade and passed it into his teacher, and the teacher said, "Stuart, we do this right, or you're not going to pass." And he didn't understand why it was that he couldn't have Australia on the top of a map. Well, a few years later, he was 15 years old, and he was an exchange student in Japan. And when he got to Japan, he was ridiculed mercilessly by his fellow exchange students from the USA. They taunted him for coming from the bottom of the earth. And at that time, when he was 15, he resolved that one day he was going to publish a map of the world with Australia on top. So fast forward 6 years, he's 21, he's graduating from the University of Melbourne. This is Australia Day in 1979. He published this map that you're looking at, and since that time, it's sold 350,000 copies. Not bad for a kid who was told to do things a different way. An abbreviated version of the caption on that says as follows: "At last, the first move has been made. The first step in the long overdue crusade to elevate our glorious but neglected nation from the gloomy depths of anonymity in the world power struggle to its rightful position, towering over its northern neighbors, reigning splendidly at the helm of the universe. No longer will the South wallow in a pit of insignificance, carrying the North on its shoulders for little or no recognition for her efforts. Finally, South emerges on top. South is superior, South dominates, long live Australia, ruler of the universe."
Alright, yep, Palestine. Okay. Going back down. Now, important things here. Way down here in the south of Africa, you have this guy. Alright? Does he look like a African, and you have all these castles. What are all these great, looks like kingdoms, European kingdoms, down here, all throughout Africa, alright? What is this all about? What's going on? Anyway, this is the only thing that's right side up. Then when you look at the rest, it's all upside down. Okay. You can see, it's again, pretty good map. Again, this is from Angelino Dulcert. From, I think it's around 1330 on this one. Okay, I'm just going to flip to the next one. Well, I couldn't leave out this one. We have a pretty nice map here. Let me see if I can get it so everyone can see. Flipping over here. This is the Sali map from 1100 1110 AD. Has, let's see if I can show you a better view. Okay, it has angels at the top and at the bottom. Here you have Ethiopia or Africa. Now let me get a different view here. Okay, this one is with a little bit of a better overlay, so it's been redrawn, so that you can get a good idea. Yes, again, from 1100 AD. Very important here. What are all these castles doing in Africa? All these kingdoms. What's that big white king doing down there at the very bottom? All of these, and what's going to get interesting is in the next one. You see these guys here? These monsters, or these non-human creatures here that they supposedly had. There must have been some sort of war, but this is all definitely Africa. Africa, you have all these African animals, and then you have these guys. What's this guy? See his face and part of his body here? Alright. Quite interesting, huh? Now I'm going to get into the next slide that I think is really the most interesting one. Okay, now this is the crowning item, although it's not going to be the last one. This is the largest medieval map in the world, and it has some very important things to show you. Okay, it's called the Psalter map. It's from around 1200 AD, and Jerusalem is at the center. Give me just a minute. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a bit. You can see Jerusalem. Now again, hold on a second. This looks upside down now, doesn't it? I don't know if you can see, but this is Egypt. You see I think this is an obelisk of sorts. Okay, just so you can, first of all, see, this is South Africa, people. Alright, let's go down so I can show you a bit more. Alright. Okay, this might be a little better to see. Jerusalem, Rome, Roma, the Alps, these great rivers. I think this is Spain. We covered before. Danube. I think this might be the Netherlands here. Alright. So this is the north. This is the north. If that's clear. This is the north. Alright, so then this would be the south over here. Anyway, some interesting points on this map. Look at these alien races here, all living under the ground. All the different creatures, all the different monsters. Alright? What are these little eyes? See the eye here? An eye there, an eye there, an eye there. Eyeballs all over the place, and rivers that come out from them. Here, here. There were some very important things. See these dragons? These were important to put in maps before, and they should probably still be in the maps today. What they call legends. Some of the maps, of course. But here you have, what are all these really, looks like, I don't know, cities and things, all down in Africa. Like they have more there than they had in Europe. Okay, well the point the friend was sharing was, look, it used to be that in Africa, well of course you had these areas where Abraham left. Abraham's children left. The scripture says they went northwest to become a multitude. That is the north. Well, maybe it's not north, but it could be. It's supposed to be at the top of the map. Okay. I think we have our maps backwards. Okay. Europe has become death traps for our own people, and we'll have more freedom if we all move to Africa. Yes, here are the original and more correct maps, like from the 1400s. This is at the top of the map. You see these words are right side up. Let me just show you some more words here. Ethiopia, you see that? You keep going, keep going. What do you have over here? Let's just show you, look. I zoomed out. Here's Europe, it's upside down. Alright? This is all upside down. except for perhaps, yeah, we're all looking at everything upside down actually. Well, you see the drawings are right side up and the letters are right side up. But what's this doing? What's this doing? I think yeah, we have some educated people and they know what's going on. What an amazing thing, huh? Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Alright, I'm going to get into one more slide. And before I do, I will show you the way that other websites list this photo. They list it like this. It looks like our normal types of maps with Spain and France, you know, Great Britain. So when you zoom in, what are you looking at? All the letters. Egypt. I started to say, what in the world's going on? What in the world's going on? Anglia! Oh no! It's upside down! You see? The other websites list this upside down. Now this is right side up. Let's go up here where it belongs. Okay. I just have to share this, and I'm just telling you how and what I thought when I saw it. And I'm just circling around it a bit so you can also get an idea and see more detail of the map. I'm getting in through the edges. But the orientation of the Earth, yes, I think it's important, okay? And if for so long this is right side up, I'm sorry folks, I think it's kind of important. And I think the more, yeah, these older maps, this is the, if you want to look it up, there's the name, is Storfer Mapundi. This one is also about 1,000 years old. Very important things in here, creatures and things that we should really know about. Pretty good resolution copies available easily online. But here's, I believe this is all part of Africa. And looks like white people were there. You have, again, lots of monsters and animals, okay? It's good they put that in a map. You want to know what's going on. But yeah, here we are, Africa. You have all these castles and so forth. Again, just going through here. Zooming out, alright. Look at all that. Look at all this. What is this? What are all these monsters doing in Africa? Okay. I believe this is Jerusalem again. Galilee. Alright. Okay, yeah. You can pause it if you like and look through this a bit more. I'm just going to go through up to the north of it. But you know, it's funny. Alright, looks like the north here is east actually, but yeah, east is a better place to have at the top of the map, perhaps. Some might argue that, but it's just to show you the different ways people can be thinking what is really the right side up. Now, I don't like this, how they patch some whole area again, and they have a big pole in Germany. But this part, this whole patching business, I don't know about that. But yep, I would say what happened? Did a pole shift happen? What should really be in our minds at the top of the map? Shouldn't it be something more biblical, where we should be orienting ourselves? It's this over here is called the ends of the earth, where you had Great Britain down here in this bottom corner.
Helm of the universe. No longer will the South wallow in a pit of insignificance, carrying the North on its shoulders for little or no recognition for her efforts. Finally, South emerges on top. South is superior, South dominates, long live Australia, ruler of the universe.